Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Maddie. Oh, my necklace is kind of, I don't know why she's all the way over there. Anyways, my name is Maddie. I am a photographer and designer by day and a crochet artist by night, or whenever I can find the time. And today we're back with another project vlog. And this time we are making another gift, but it's not my mom's sweater. If you saw my last project vlog, it was about making my mom a sweater. But this gift is for one of my good friends from high school. Her name is Destiny, and she is getting married this winter, and her bachelorette party is at the end of November. I think I said that at the end of my last vlog, that I'd be going back to Texas for a little bit, literally for like a weekend. I'm flying all the way back to Texas for like one weekend, and then all the way back here so I can show back up for work on the Tuesday, like the next Tuesday after that weekend. So we'll make like kind of a long weekend out of it, but it's still gonna be like literally 3 days that I'm back there. But yeah, I am unfortunately gonna have to miss her bridal shower that is in early November because I'm out of PTO days. So I thought I would make it up to her by making her a gift that I can give to her at her bachelorette. So yeah, I'm really excited because I've never made anything like themed before. Like I've given gifts because, again, making my mom a sweater currently, literally as we speak, I'm working on that vlog and this vlog like simultaneously. So hopefully I can get those out and get both those projects done because I have a deadline for both of them. But the deadline is like a month for both of them. So I think we're okay. Today is, what is it? The 31st. Yeah, today's Halloween. Or Reformation Sunday if you celebrate that. I never really celebrated Halloween growing up, but today is also the day that Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther, the original Martin Luther, nailed the 95 Theses to the door of the Wittenberg Castle. So that's also kind of a fun, cool history fact, and it happens also on Halloween, but I'm getting off topic. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm gonna miss my friend Destiny's, her bridal shower, so I thought I'd make her a gift to make up for it, and I'm super excited because the theme of her bachelorette party kind of goes along with this because it's like crafty and like fun. I think we're gonna do pottery. We might do some painting and some other things like that. And we're gonna be at a lake house, so it'll be very fun and like cozy because the bachelorette party's in like winter. So we're not gonna be like out on the lake on a boat in a bikini, most likely, because it'll be cold, even though it's Texas. So yeah, I'm thinking that this gift will be like a really good thing to go along with that, and I'm super excited to make it for her. So yeah. As far as like plan of what I'm going to do, you guys know that I don't really follow patterns. If you've been watching the channel for long enough, I'm not really a pattern follower. I want to be, I really do, but I just really love freehanding things, and the idea that I have is really like, the construction is very simple, so you really don't even need a pattern. But I've been seeing a lot of these like crochet like shawl wrap things that are like nice and flowy. What do you call those? It's not a shawl. Like a, what do you call them? I literally have been seeing them all over Pinterest. I've seen like 4 or 5 YouTubers that I also watch like make a vlog about them making it. What is it called? Hold on. A poncho. It's called a poncho. Crochet poncho. That has kind of gained a lot of popularity. I feel like in the last like, I don't know, 2 months since it started to kind of like come off of summer and into autumn. Like I've been seeing a lot of people making that, and I just think they're like really fun and really nice and chill, and they make a good gift because you don't have to have someone's measurements if you're just making them like a nice sheath to wear, essentially. But yeah, I've been looking up a bunch of inspiration all over Pinterest, and I just think they're so fun and so cool, and like they're very artsy. And also I didn't want to make another sweater because 1, I literally made a sweater for my last vlog. That would be boring. But 2, like it doesn't get very cold in Texas. Like I mean, you can wear sweaters, but it's not like Colorado where I was just at, where I was like wearing 3 scarves and a hat and like 4 jackets, and it's not like that. So I feel like she would get more use out of something like this that's like more meshy and airy year round than she would something like a sweater, because it gets very, very hot in Texas and not really that cold. But yeah, so let me see what I have for yarn, because I'm trying not to buy yarn. That's like one of my big things, but I know I have some like white cotton somewhere in my big shelf. Okay, we made a mess on the floor and we had to move the camera because there was a lot in that box. But this is, oh, I have to like cover my eyes because I have facial recognition on for this to like work. This is the yarn that I was looking for. It is not off, oh, I just went like, that's so stupid, bro. Hold on. I'm so bad at this like vlogging thing. It's okay, we'll get better, we'll get better. We'll get better together, so stick around. Vlog 50 is gonna be like completely cinematic, okay? Yeah, it's 100% cotton, and let me step out of the way. It's 100% cotton, it's from Hobby. I ordered it forever ago. I actually think this was in the same yarn order as the yarn that I got for my mom's sweater the first time around when I like didn't make it and used it for something else, but I forget what. But yeah, it's the Friends Cotton line from Hobby, and it's like a nice bright white. It's not like off-white. Off-white's like weird me out, especially for someone who's pale. I feel like you get off-white, you get into like my skin tone territory, and if I was gonna wear something like that, I would just look naked, and that would be bad. We don't wanna do that. But yeah, this is the yarn that I have. Each of these balls, I think, is like 50 grams. Yeah. They are, see if you can see that. Yeah, they are 50-gram balls, and I have 5 of them. So I'm thinking if I use a big enough hook and like a nice like open like maybe mesh stitch, or if not a mesh stitch, like some sort of triple crochet that like, you know, doesn't use a ton of yarn and like works up really, really quick, that I think it will be enough to make like a nice big like flowy poncho, because even though the construction is really simple, it's literally essentially like 2 rectangles. Like, people have tutorials on YouTube for them, but I'm like, what do you mean you need a tutorial to make 2 rectangles and then like sew them together? Like, that's, maybe if it was like your very first project, okay, but like if you've been crocheting for any amount of time and you're like, let me look up a tutorial for a poncho, do not bother. It's 2 big rectangles, 1 and then 2, 1 for the front, 1 for the back, and then you sew them along the top. Or you could just make it in 1 and you could like stop halfway for like a hole and then like do like a foundation row for the neckline and then just continue crocheting into the rest of it. Like, you wouldn't even have to make 2 panels if you didn't want to. But I probably will, because I think it'll look neater, like tension wise. I'm thinking what I want to do is make the bottom of it more flowy and ruffly, and then the top is more cinched in. But instead of decreasing, I think I'll just want to do that with my tension. Like, I'll do tension super light at the beginning, and then I'll gradually like ramp up the tension so it kind of like trapezoids in a little bit. Not like aggressively, but like it's a rectangle, but it gets tighter at the top so it seams together better, but then the bottom is like nice and flowy. I think that's the vibe that I want to go for. And in order to get that even on both sides, I think I'll just make 2 rectangles. So yeah, I think that is a plan. Let us get started. I'm gonna use a giant hook. Giant for me. I usually use like the 3.75 millimeter. That's my like favorite, or like a 4. Those are like my favorite hook sizes. So if you catch me using anything above a 4, I call that a big hook. But yeah, let's get started. Wait, actually, I just had another thought. If you were in my last vlog, if you saw my last vlog, I hung something up on the wall here. And I believe I left it out of the vlog, like the actual ending footage, but there was a clip of me like looking at it and being like, oh, it's so cool. And then I was like, wait, I think I hung it too high. And like, if you look, it's so far up the wall. Like, this is my arm in full extension and I'm just now touching it. It's literally so far up the wall. I hung it way too high, and I only realized that after like looking at it after I'd hung it up on the wall. I was like, That's a little high. So I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna try to get a bigger picture for this area that like takes up more real estate. I'm going the wrong way, like more real estate here than this tiny one, and maybe move that piece, because I still like it as an art piece, maybe move that like somewhere else in my house or my apartment, whatever. But yeah, I just think that's so funny, and I went back and like rewatched my video and I was like, oh, I left that out. But yeah, I definitely did hang it too high on the wall. So that, hopefully we will rectify that in this vlog. We'll see, stay tuned. All right, I'm about to go for dinner plans with my friend Maddie, also named Maddie, ironically. And this is how much I have done. So basically what I did was crochet like a big long chain and then single crocheted into that. Oh, let me see if I can, yeah. Single crocheted into the end of that. I know you can do a foundation crochet. I've kind of forgotten how to do it and I just didn't really feel like looking it up. So I just did a big long chain. I think this is 150 chains. And then single crocheted into that second row right here. And then started the actual stitch after that. I think this is like 150 chains long, so it's like a good amount of length for it to be like a decent size. Like it doesn't look that big right now, but that's because there's nothing on it. I tried to do like triple crochets, but I just felt like it looked too basic, and also it wasn't as airy as I would have liked, and I think it'll drape better with this like open mesh waffle stitch situation that I have going on here. So yeah, so I took it out, and then after doing like 3/4 of the first row with this, after this like base 2 rows, and then I went back. And the thing to keep in mind with this is if you do this stitch, you just have to make sure your foundation row, whatever that is an even number. So that's why I did 150. So yeah, I have to leave here in like 10 minutes, so I need to go like get ready. I'm in sweatpants, so I should probably, did you just hear my hip pop? I just realized that my hip just popped when I did that. That's not good. But yeah, I'm gonna go to dinner with her, and yeah, I'll probably work on this some more tonight, and then it's about to be the weekend, so I'm gonna have a ton of time. I have some plans to go thrifting this weekend. I'm gonna go to a charity event for my work, and then I also will probably need to work out at some point as well. I haven't worked out in like 3 days. I haven't really worked out. I've only run since I've been back from Colorado. I haven't lifted at all, so I'm gonna go lift for sure tomorrow as well. And I'm gonna get my nails done because we're like 4 weeks now, and I've lost this one in a rather violent way, I might add. I was on a photo shoot Wednesday. Yeah, photo shoot Wednesday for work, and I went to grab something and I just bent the entire nail all the way back, and it was bleeding everywhere, and you can kind of see it. Actually, I'm not gonna show, you probably don't need to see that, but the nail is like kind of gone. So I'm gonna get them redone. But yeah. Hello, it is Monday. Wait, no. It is Saturday, November 1st. I don't know why I said Monday. I literally went and got my nails done this morning, which I couldn't do if it was a Monday. But they are super cool looking. Step out of the way. They're so fun. And I love having long nails. If you haven't noticed, like every single one of my videos, I have these like giant claws on. And I never used to do this in like growing up in high school and college. But now that I'm an adult and I make my own money, I do whatever I want with it. And I love getting my nails done because it makes me feel like more put together, you know? Like if the fit is not great, or like my hair, like right now, I literally just woke up and put it in a ponytail. It's kind of ratchet. Is not great. At least I got the nails. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but back to the actual topic of this vlog, which is, this poncho, and this is the progress that I have on it right now. Actually, now that I'm like all the way back here, it like looks way bigger than I feel like it actually is in person. Like this is like almost my wingspan. But yeah, this is kind of what it's gonna look like on. Obviously it's like gonna be down here and I'm like working it up this way. But yeah, we have like a good amount of progress. I really like the way that this mesh works up. I think it's so pretty and it's such a fun stitch. And it's honestly like it goes so fast. And like once you get the muscle memory down of doing a slip stitch and then double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, like it really, I guess not slip stitch, chain is what I'm trying to say. Chain, double crochet, chain, double crochet. It works up super fast, like once you get the base going. And you can kind of see what I was talking about earlier, how it's more drapey on the bottom and my tension's definitely getting tighter as we're up here, like compared to, let me step. Every time I like have this camera if my face is in it, it's trying to focus on my face because it's like the person tracking or whatever, which is good because then it focuses on my face when I'm like talking to the camera. But when I'm trying to do this, I have to like step away. But yeah, like this bottom, like you can see the bottom ones are definitely looser. The tension is looser down here than it is up here. And that is intentional because it's gonna kind of like turn into this trapezoid shape versus, but not super aggressively because I'm not actually decreasing. I'm just like fixing the tension. And yeah, the one thing that I was thinking is like, maybe this is a little boring. So I'm trying to like think of something that I could do to make it more visually interesting. Cause like, it's just plain white yarn in a like really simple stitch. Like I feel like it's very basic, but I'm trying to think of a way that I can elevate it. So I'm gonna be like processing that in my, maybe like a trim on the edge or something, like a ruffle maybe, or like tassels. Although I hate tassels, I think they look so tacky. Like, I'm sorry if you like them, but I don't. They scream like 2015 fashion to me. I don't know. And we're in 2025. I don't know why I just checked my watch. I do that so often. If I want to like pause and think about something, like you probably see me do it on this channel all the time. I pause and I look at the watch, even if the watch is like nothing to do with like what I'm trying to think about, like the time or anything. Like just look at my watch. Anyways, I don't know why I do that, but I do. But yeah, it just feels weird. So I'm trying to think of a way to like elevate it and make it more fun that wouldn't just be like weird. You know, Destiny's more of like a basics girl overall anyway, and I am kind of too. I don't wear that many like out there statement pieces. If I do a statement, it's the nails. So, yeah, but we'll see. I'll be thinking through that. I have a charity event to go to for my work today, this afternoon, I guess, and I'm gonna run some errands. Like I need to get my car washed and stuff like that, so I'll probably do that. And then I have to lift this evening, but I'm gonna try to check back in sometime later today with an update. I don't know why I did that. With an update. So, yeah. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the jump scare that is my voice right now because, well, it's completely gone. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about it, but this happens to me usually twice a year whenever the weather changes in like September, October time frame, and then again in like February, March. Although I guess it's November now, so this is kind of late, but I'll keep it brief for this clip because I know a lot of people don't like the sound of my voice, which, you know what? If you don't like the sound of my voice, this is my YouTube channel, so you can leave, okay? But some people find it annoying, so I'll keep this short. But I did want to give an update on, sorry, I do want to give an update on the poncho. I kind of went ham on Sunday. Every time that happens to me, it's so goofy. I kind of went ham on Sunday, and I finished the entire front panel, and it is looking like this. I'm literally so far away from the camera right now, but you can see kind of what it's looking like. I used 2 balls of yarn, and each of the balls is 50 grams, plus a little bit extra. So this is like 100 grams and some change worth of yarn. And you can see right here where I like tied it off from the last one and then had to start again. I just did a couple more rows because I felt like it needed a little bit more length than it had. And then for the bottom, I have started making this, let me step out of the way, this like, oh, there we go, this ruffle or like shell stitch for the edge, just to kind of like give it a little bit something extra so it's not boring. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Essentially, it's like 4 double crochet, 2 single crochet, 4 double crochet, 2 single crochet. It's very, very easy. You can look up a tutorial online if you like were curious about how to do it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. As far as like other updates on like my apartment art, I went thrifting, but I didn't find anything that was the right shape for this corner over here because it needs to be like kind of long and skinny. I just want it to be longer, so it just fills that space a little bit better, but I don't want it to extend too far out past my desk because I feel like that'll look weird. But I didn't find anything that was the right shape or the right price, but I saw so many really pretty like embroidery pieces that were so detailed. If you look in the clips, that one of the flowers in the flower pot, oh my gosh, so beautiful. If I had like a giant home, I would have immediately bought that, but I would need like $1 million. One for the giant home and 2 for the embroidery piece, but I thought they were so pretty. But I have another idea of some artwork that I made a little over a year ago, maybe not this past summer, but the summer before, that I don't know if I was in a place to be able to like print it and put it up on the wall emotionally, which sounds so stupid, but I just made it at a really weird and transformative time in my life, and I wasn't sure if I was ready to like print it out and look at it every single day, but looking back at the files, I was like, yeah, I think this is cool. So I'm gonna try to get that printed, and maybe we'll get that up in the next vlog. But again, that's the update on this thing. I'm gonna continue on the shell stitch to see if I like it. If not, maybe we'll try something else, and I'll also get started on that second panel. And also, yeah, I guess that's all I have to say, honestly. So again, sorry about the voice, but it's probably gonna be like this all week. So what can you do? Okay, yeah, this is looking so much better. I just finished the stitching along the edge, or the hem here, I guess, of the front panel, and it looks so much more like finished and put together and like intentional than the ragged edge. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder right now. It looks so like good. I don't even have the back panel, but it looks so like this is exactly what I was envisioning. It just makes this whole piece feel way more feminine and dainty. And that's like exactly what I was looking for. So I'm so excited that it worked out. And the ratio for this shell stitch, for those of you that don't know, it's just like, I think I said this already, but it's just like double crochets and then some single crochets. And I did 4 double crochets for the shell and then 2 single crochets and then 4 double and 2 single. And the ratio worked out really nicely. So the spacing looks great. It's draping on the bottom and it's tighter on the top like I wanted. I'm just so excited. I gotta get started on the back panel now. Hello, I just got back from work. It's Wednesday now. And if you're wondering why it is so dark in here, well, I am too. Because the sun sets at 4 p.m. here, which sucks. Not actually 4 p.m. It sets like right at 5 when I get off work. And so it's 5:32 right now. So like literally by the time I get home, it's pitch black out and it looks like midnight, which is so sad. But yeah, it's just the way that it is. But I got a lot of progress done on the second panel yesterday and a little bit at lunchtime today. And this is how much I have done, which is super exciting. I'm using the same technique as I did on the first panel of like having really loose tension down here and then kind of tightening it up as I work towards the top of the panel. But I'm almost like halfway through this second ball right here, which is exciting because if you remember, this panel is only 2 balls and then like some change. So I'm making really good progress on it and it's looking really nice. So yeah, I just didn't want to like not film an update and then just pop out with like 2 panels and be like, surprise, I'm done, you know, and then you're like, what is that? But yeah, anyways, this is my progress. I'm hoping to work on it a little bit more tonight and then I'm not lifting. Today's my rest day and then maybe some tomorrow and then maybe I'll have it finished by Friday and we can have a vlog out by this weekend. Who knows? Who knows? Exciting things could happen. But yeah, that's my update. Welcome back, everybody. It is now Friday. Put that away. And I have just about completed this entire project. If you're wondering why my outfit is really weird, I'm working from home and I had a meeting today, so I'm wearing like something nice up top, but then I still want to wear sweatpants. If you're like, what is she wearing? That's why. But yeah, I've just about completed the top. I still have some strings attached because if you can see, I have stitch markers like right here. Because I'm still seaming up the shoulders and I think the neckline is a bit too wide. If you can see, it's like kind of falling off my shoulders and I'm having to hike it up. But I finished both panels. Also, my voice is feeling so much better now. It still sounds a little weird, but it's nowhere near what it was on like Tuesday. That was terrible. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and like seam up these corners a little bit more just so they're not like falling over. But yeah, this is so exciting and so cool. And I still obviously have to sew in all the ends, which I will be doing because this is a gift. So yeah, stick around to find out. I'm just kidding. I told you that I would be doing it and I will be sewing in the ends. Okay, it has been a couple days. I have sewn in all of the ends and I have blocked this, and this is the final reveal. Yeah, I just honestly, like after I blocked it, it kind of doubled in size, which is good. That's what I wanted it to do. And I made sure to stretch out these like corners right here, I made sure to stretch those a little bit more when I blocked it than the middle right here, which I think just kind of gives it a nice shape, and it works really well with how the fabric like drapes at the, I guess not fabric, whatever, how the project drapes on the bottom here. Honestly, like I really do, like it's just so like flowy and cool, and like this turned out way better. I didn't really have a lot of expectations for this. This turned out way better than I thought it was going to, honestly. I think my favorite part has still got to be this detail right here on the edge. Like it just brings the whole piece together, and I know I've said this before, but it just makes it feel so much more finished and put together, and I really love that. And yeah, I'm like super excited to give it to Destiny. It's good that I had 5 balls of yarn actually, because I ended up using about half of that 5th ball when it's all said and done, to be able to like stitch everything up, do the edges, you know, have a little bit extra at the top here. So I'm glad I had 5 balls. I think I remember I was like, oh, you know, that should be plenty. And yeah, it was like actually almost just the right amount. So yeah, if you're looking to make this, it was like 225 grams of that like weight 1 yarn is how much I used to make this, and it stretches out really nice. Like when I worked it up, it didn't look that big, but like after I blocked it, it's definitely gotten bigger. So if you're worried about that, just block it. But yeah, my camera battery, it looks like, is about to die. So I'm gonna just like wrap this up here. I guess I'll just sign off of this vlog right now because I'm not going to the bachelorette party for like 2 weeks. So that'd be kind of stupid to just have all this footage and like wait forever to be able to post it. So maybe we'll put the grand reveal in like a later vlog that is slightly unrelated. So you'll have to stick around to find out. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I have other videos on my page that you can go watch. They're also related to gift giving and crochet. And if you've already seen those, well, stick around for the next week to find out what I do after this. And I will see you later. Sorry, there's like something, there's like fuzz like floating around in the room, and it keeps like landing right on my nose, and it's like making it itchy. So if you keep seeing me like scratch my nose, one, it's a nervous tick. That's also true, but there's also something floating around. It's like actually itching. I'm not just doing that because I'm weird. I mean, I am weird, but like there's also something in the air, I promise.